Belarus, a country nestled in the heart of Europe, often flies under the radar when it comes to global attention. But today, we're about to change that. From its rich cultural tapestry to its breathtaking landscapes, Belarus has a story to tell that captivates the soul. Get ready to uncover the hidden gems and surprising facts that make Belarus a true enigma, waiting to be explored. Belarus, officially known as the Republic of Belarus, is a landlocked gem nestled in Eastern Europe. Picture this: it's bordered by Russia to the east, Ukraine to the south, Poland to the west, and Lithuania and Latvia to the northwest. Now that's what I call a prime location. With an area spanning over 207,000 square kilometers and a population of 9.2 million, Belarus proudly stands as the 13th largest and the 20th most populous country in Europe. Before we jump into the present, let's take a quick trip through time. Belarus has seen its fair share of historical twists and turns. From the medieval period to the 20th century, it danced between the control of different states like Kievan Rus', the Principality of Polotsk, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and the Russian Empire. Talk about a historical roller coaster. Fast forward to the aftermath of the Russian Revolution in 1917. Belarus witnessed the rise of the Belarusian SSR, eventually becoming a founding member of the Soviet Union in 1922. After a bit of a territorial tango with Poland, Belarus took its modern shape in 1939, thanks to the Soviet invasion of Poland. World War II brought immense challenges to Belarus, losing a quarter of its population and half of its economic resources. But from the ashes, it emerged as a founding member of the United Nations in 1945. Belarus declared its sovereignty in 1990 and gained full independence on August 25, 1991, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Enter Alexander Lukashenko, who was elected as the first president in the country's inaugural free election in 1994. Lukashenko, still at the helm, leads a highly centralized authoritarian government. Belarus has its own unique blend of policies, keeping some Soviet-era traditions alive, like state ownership of large parts of the economy. Fun fact, it's the only European country that still uses capital punishment. In 2000, Belarus and Russia took their friendship to the next level, signing a cooperation treaty and forming the Union State. Belarus is a developing country, sitting at the 60th spot on the Human Development Index. It's been a proud member of the United Nations since its inception and has joined various international organizations like the CIS, the CSTO, the EAEU, the OSCE, and the Non-Aligned Movement. Interestingly, it hasn't shown any interest in joining the European Union, but it maintains a unique relationship with the bloc. Number 1. Around 40% of Belarus is covered by forest. Belarus is often referred to as the lungs of Europe. Why, you ask? Well, it's home to one of the last and largest remaining parts of the massive primeval forest that once blanketed the European plain. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary Białowieża forest. This ancient woodland is a biodiversity hotspot and a true gem for nature lovers. Can you imagine wandering through a forest that has stood the test of time for centuries? Belarus is the place to do it. Belarus doesn't stop at just one impressive forest. The country boasts several stunning national parks that are a dream come true for avid walkers and anyone craving that crisp, fresh air. Picture yourself strolling through pristine landscapes, surrounded by nature's symphony. Trust me, Belarus knows how to deliver on the natural beauty front. Take a look at the Belarusian flag and you'll notice a vibrant green stripe. Ever wonder what it represents? Well, that green stripe is a nod to Belarus's rich forests. It symbolizes the lush woodlands that cover a significant chunk of this picturesque country. Next time you see that flag waving, you'll know it's not just about colors. It's a celebration of Belarus's incredible natural heritage. Number 2. Forget Pancake Day. It's all about Pancake Week. You might be familiar with Pancake Day, but have you ever heard of Maslenitsa Week? This Eastern Slavic holiday is a week-long celebration that takes place in Belarus and other regions, just before the start of Lent. It's a time when families come together to enjoy the simple pleasures of life and, of course, indulge in some mouth-watering pancakes. The streets filled with the aroma of freshly made pancakes, laughter echoing through the air, and colorful celebrations marking the beginning of Maslenitsa. It's a feast for the senses and everyone's invited. In Belarus, they take pancake making to a whole new level. It's not just about tossing some batter in a pan, it's a creative masterpiece. Families across the country rustle up these delectable treats, not just for themselves but to share with friends and neighbors. And let me tell you, these aren't your ordinary pancakes. Belarusians embrace a world of flavors with their pancake toppings, from ground poppy seeds sweetened with sugar to hearty mushroom stew. The possibilities are endless. It's a culinary adventure on a plate. Now, let's address the big question. Why Pancake Week instead of just a day? Well, Belarusians believe in savoring the good times. A whole week allows for more joy, more laughter, and of course, more pancakes. It's a time to come together, enjoy the simple pleasures, and create lasting memories. Families gather not only in their homes, but also at local street festivals. Can you imagine the streets transformed into a pancake paradise? It's a sight to behold. The sense of community is strong during Maslenitsa, making it a truly heartwarming experience. Number 3. National Library. The National Library of Belarus is like no other. Standing tall at 74 meters with a whopping 23 floors, it's not just a library, it's a masterpiece. And oh, did I mention there's a viewing deck at the top? Talk about a unique reading spot. Architects Michael Vinogradov and Viktor Kramarenko were given a challenge. They were asked to make a statement, and boy, did they deliver. The National Library is not just a place for books, it's a bold architectural statement that has stirred quite the debate. Some call it one of the most unusual buildings in the world, while others label it as one of the ugliest. Beauty is subjective, right? But let's set opinions aside for a moment and appreciate the uniqueness. The library is like a diamond rising from the ground, symbolizing the wealth of knowledge it holds. It's not just a building, it's a conversation starter, a head turner, and a puzzle for the architectural enthusiasts out there. Let me throw some numbers at you. 74 meters, that's the height. 23 floors, that's the grandeur. And that viewing deck? It's not just for the birds, it's for you and me to soak in the breathtaking views of the city. And speaking of soaking in knowledge, the National Library houses an impressive collection. From ancient manuscripts to modern masterpieces, it's a treasure trove for anyone hungry for information. It's not just a building that catches your eye, it's a gateway to a world of wisdom. Number 4. Potatoes are a dietary staple. Did you know that in Belarus, potatoes are more than just a side dish? They're practically a way of life. I'm not kidding when I say that potatoes are considered the second bread in Belarus. Imagine having over 100 different dishes you can whip up using this humble vegetable. One standout is the draniki, a potato pancake that's become a national sensation. And get this, Belarusians consume a staggering 180 kilograms of potatoes per person each year. That's roughly half a kilogram a day. Take that, Ireland. While we often associate the Irish with spuds, it's actually Belarus that takes the crown for the highest potato consumption per capita. Belarus doesn't just settle for your average spud. No. Belarusian scientists are on a mission to create the ultimate potato varieties, playing with taste, color, and size. It's like a potato paradise over there. Draniki, the superstar of Belarusian potato dishes. These potato pancakes may sound familiar, but in Belarus, they're known for their rich flavor. You can find countless variations of the recipe online, translated into numerous languages. But here's the secret sauce, or should I say, sour cream. Draniki is best served with a dollop of fresh homemade sour cream, taking the taste to a whole new level. You might be wondering, if Belarusians love potatoes so much, are they the largest potato producers? Surprisingly, no. Despite being the chief consumer, Belarus isn't the top potato producer. However, the country has a deep-rooted history of cultivating these tubers. Back in its USSR days, Belarus developed numerous potato breeds, enhancing both yield and flavor. Number 5. Belarus's national animal. If I were to ask you about Belarus's national animal, what would you guess? A rare bird, perhaps? Well, prepare to be amazed because it's none other than the European bison, also known as the wisent. But what makes this creature so special? Stay tuned. Back in the 1950s, the European bison faced a dire situation. Overhunting pushed these majestic creatures to the brink of extinction. It was a critical moment for their survival. But wait, here comes the plot twist. In a bid to save the day, a small population of European bison was released into the Białowieża forest. And guess what? They didn't just survive, they thrived. This small group of resilient bison went on to become the backbone of a thriving population. Fast forward to today, and we're looking at an estimated 2,300 European bison happily roaming the Białowieża forest. Now, that's what I call a success story. You might be wondering, are they out of the danger zone? Well, the European bison currently sits on the near-threatened section of the IUCN list. But fear not, conservation efforts have come a long way. Captive breeding programs are in full swing, ensuring the survival of this magnificent species. It's heartening to know that they are no longer in immediate danger of extinction. It's not just Belarus championing the cause of the European bison. Poland also proudly shares this incredible creature as its national animal. Together, they stand as stewards of a success story in wildlife conservation. Number 6. Unique alcoholic beverage. Many countries have their own special drinks, but Belarus has something truly distinctive up its sleeve. Enter Krupnik, a traditional Belarusian elixir that's been captivating taste buds for centuries. Imagine a drink that's not just about the alcohol, but a harmonious blend of honey tincture and an array of spices. We're talking cinnamon, vanilla, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg, all coming together in a symphony of flavors. What sets Krupnik apart is not just the ingredients, but the way it's served. Picture this: small porcelain cups filled with the warm essence of Krupnik. Yes, it's often served heated, giving you that cozy, delightful feeling. But here's the kicker. Some folks in Belarus are so in love with it that they don't even bother with the cups. They go straight for the bottle. Talk about a bold move. If you find yourself in Belarus, don't be surprised to see Krupnik on the menu of every restaurant. Whether you like it hot or cold, Krupnik is there to tantalize your taste buds. But hey, we get it. Not everyone is a fan of alcohol. Fear not, because Belarus has another trick up its sleeve, and this one doesn't involve a drop of liquor. Belarusavik, a unique beverage that might just be the breath of fresh air you're looking for. What makes it so special? Well, it's not grapes or apples that go into this one. It's birch trees. Yes, you heard me right. Belarusavik is made from the sap of birch trees, and the process is as fascinating as it sounds. Imagine young birch trees, their branches delicately cut, and the liquid gold, the sap, carefully collected. This birch juice, known as Belarusavik, might sound unconventional. But believe me, it's a hit in Belarus. It's refreshing, slightly sweet, and a fantastic alternative for those who prefer a non-alcoholic option. Number 7. Highly literate people. You might have heard a thing or two about former Soviet bloc countries and assumptions about education levels. But hold on, because Belarus is shattering those stereotypes. Would you believe me if I told you that Belarus boasts a whopping literacy rate of 99.76%? Yeah, you heard that right. 99.76%. No, it's impressive. And guess what? That's even higher than the literacy rate in the United States. The US clocks in at 99%, which is still commendable, but Belarus is just a tad ahead. So, why is Belarus acing the literacy game? Well, it turns out they have a long and rich history with the written word. Picture this. Back in the 16th century, the first book published in Eastern Europe was the Psalter, and it was printed by none other than Franciszek Skarina. He's like the godfather of publishing in a little region that eventually became modern-day Belarus. Talk about a trailblazer. Franciszek Skarina's legacy lives on, and he's hailed as one of Belarus's historical rock stars. And the love for literature in Belarus doesn't stop there. Fast forward to 2015, and we see Svetlana Alexievich, a Belarusian writer, winning the Nobel Prize in Literature. She earned it for her polyphonic writings, a monument to suffering and courage in our time. Imagine that, the first writer from Belarus to receive such a prestigious international honor. It goes to show that Belarusians aren't just hitting the books, they're creating literary masterpieces that resonate on a global scale. Number 8. A medical tourist destination. When you think of Belarus, a free and top-notch healthcare system might not be the first thing that comes to mind. But here's the scoop. Belarus boasts a medical system that's not only free, but covers everything from your routine checkups to major surgeries like cardiac and neurosurgery, even transplants. Medical procedures at no cost. So, why are people jetting off to Belarus for their medical needs? Well, turns out, it's not just common, it's encouraged. Imagine this. Approximately 200,000 foreigners head to Belarus annually for medical care, and the country actively promotes itself as a medical tourist destination. It's like a health retreat, but without the hefty price tag. You might be wondering, with all the political turmoil in Belarus, has anything changed in their healthcare system? Surprisingly, not much. Despite the upheaval post the 2020 presidential election, Belarusians continue to take pride in their universal healthcare. Most medical facilities are state-owned, and ongoing reforms ensure they stay up to date. Belarusian healthcare, though free, has an interesting tradition. While it's illegal, it's not uncommon for patients to offer a little something extra to their healthcare providers for that special care. No, not money, but gifts. Picture this: a nice bottle of cognac changing hands as a token of appreciation. Incredible, right? Belarus is truly a country filled with surprises and fascinating facts. From its rich history to its unique culture, there's so much more to explore. So, next time you think about Belarus, remember these amazing tidbits. Thanks for joining me on this eye-opening journey, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with fellow explorers. Until next time, stay curious.